49ers and Seahawks, baby.
Thursday night football. So, 49ers and Seahawks.
Take it away.
Rivalry game. Ooh, gonna be nasty. It's gonna be a good. It's gonna be a close
I
game
I
in
think it's
Seattle
it's in Seattle.
because it's in Seattle. It's gonna be in the loudest stadium. It's a rivalry game. It's going to be a very close game. And honestly, no matter what statistics I've been doing, whatever, this is a rivalry game at the end of the day.
Yeah.
However, I think the biggest thing is that if the 49ers want to win this game, they're going to run the football with Jordan Mason. Um, as the Seahawks defense, they're actually ranked 20th in the rushing defense.
Lord have
So,
mercy.
and meanwhile, their passing defense is ranked 7th. They've been really good this year against the
Well,
pass.
they got Tariq Woolen, Devon
Um,
Witherspoon. Who else?
yeah.
That's pretty much it.
But even still, um,
They've been dogging on the pass.
Seattle, especially too, they got the Ravens defensive coordinator as their
Yeah.
defensive coordinator. Their defense, they've been pretty good, but they do lack a little bit in the rush, in the running game. So I do think that if the 49ers are going to win, and I think they will get the win in the 12, I think it's going to be the key factor is going to be Jordan Mason. What do you think? I got 49ers.
I got 49ers probably more of like a I think in terms of how the Seahawks are going to play, like I know that the 49ers have a great defense and you got Nick Bosa
Mhm.
going up against a Nick Bosa going up against a black quarterbacks, so that might do something. Um
Yo, bro's already got plus 10
the
attributes.
bro's going to be 109 overall, bro.
Bro already has takeover as soon as he lands.
Literally. So you got Nick Bosa going up against a black quarterback. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes up against a black left tackle and then just like
Bro.
automatically gets 5 sacks in the first quarter.
I
You know
think
what I mean?
nah, that's actually crazy.
Hey, hot take, but Nick Bosa against black quarterbacks, he's just the goat. What can I say?
He's gonna get 6.5
He's
sacks.
he's
Nah.
gonna get he's gonna break the record for most sacks in a game, whatever that record
Bro.
is. But I think the 49ers are gonna like come out like barely on top.
Yeah, I
I'd
think
probably
so.
say like
And
a 27
especially
21.
too, another big thing with the Niners and Seahawks is both of them are coming off of losses. Niners just lost to the Cardinals, and then the
Heartbreaking loss.
Seahawks. Yeah, and the Seahawks. I mean, they also lost a heartbreaker too to the
Yeah.
Giants. So both of them are going to be motivated. It's
But
going to be a good Thursday night football game.
I definitely do think that the passing game for the Seahawks is probably going to be massive. Like
Oh
that's
yeah, they're believe it or not, but Geno Smith actually leads the league in passing yards right now.
really.
And it's because I think they passed the ball like over 60%,
Oh yeah, 100%.
which
The thing I'm going to notice is that for the 49ers is that Treverius Ward is questionable right now.
oh really?
Yeah, he's questionable. And Tariq Woolen's also questionable for the Seahawks.
If
And
that
Jake
happens,
Moody, the 49ers kicker, is out.
oh yeah.
He's not playing. And then Talona Hufango, the safety, he's also not playing. And then George Kittle's also
Wow.
questionable, but I'm assuming he's gonna play.
Yeah.
And
The 49ers are injured
I
as
might be
hell.
biased, but I kind of want Kenneth Walker to pop off too because I have him on my fantasy
Well,
team.
yeah, fantasy.
Bro,
But even then, speaking of fantasy, I will, or I guess more so for sports betting. So what we're gonna do is that for each game, at least to at least as of today, um, I want to get a prop for each game, one that we like, and we're kind of going under underdog. So if you use like other sports betting app like Sleeper, or Hard Rock, whatever, um, the for example, the receiving yards might be a little bit higher, might be a little bit lower. But anyways, on Underdog Fantasy, I really like Jordan Mason over 83 and a half rushing yards. He's literally averaging 107 yards a
Yeah,
game,
yeah.
and the Seattle rushing defense averages 128
Giving up.
uh,
Yeah.
rushing yards allowed. So I really like Jordan Mason.
So
And like
imagine,
I said, he's going to be the X factor
yeah,
of winning this
and
football game.
imagine McCaffrey was there. Like that would just be
Oh, yeah, no,
insane.
McCaffrey is taking his place, but it's actually kind of crazy. Literally, Mason entirely filled McCaffrey's role. Like, Mason's getting an 80% snap share. It's
Yeah.
crazy. And honestly, I think when McCaffrey does come back, I I honestly don't even know if he is this year. I would assume playoffs, but even then, him and Mason are going to split the rest of the year.
Mhm.
So, but anyways, 49ers is a pick
Yes,
for
sir.
Thursday Night Football. All right. So, you want to go over to London?
London Jaguars and Bears.
All right. I got the Bears.
I got the Bears too. The Jags are straight dog shit.
Yes. Although I will say, I don't know why, but it is going to be a close game
I think
because the
so too.
Jags, they always play well in London for
Yeah.
absolutely no reason. It's like they're it's like they love
Yeah.
their
They've
that
also
stadium more
they've
than
also had 3 games where they've lost by less than a possession. Or like
yeah.
by one possession or less, besides the one game in Buffalo. And then they literally just won against Indianapolis, which they almost choked.
Yeah.
Because Joe Flacco became primetime in the fourth quarter.
Exactly.
And if you
And
look at
bro
the
had
Bears,
wheels.
like the Bears have lost to 2 good teams and 1 to 3 bad teams. Like they won to Tennessee, Carolina, and LA, and they lost to Houston and Indianapolis. Like realistically, the Bears would lose this if you go based off of stats, because Jags beat the Colts, and the Bears beat Indianapolis. So realistically, like
Yeah.
if you were to go based off of that, then the Jags would be winning. But the fact that the Bears just have way more weapons, and their defense is
Yeah.
the Jaguars' defense is not as good. So
Because especially too, is that I know Caleb a rookie, he's slowly finding his rhythm. Honestly, last week he looked really good.
he did.
I know it's against the Panthers, so I mean anyone can really look good against the Panthers, but
Hmm.
um the Jags, they literally ranked last in passing defense.
Yeah,
So
and
I
with the fact
am
that they literally have DJ Moore, they have DJ Moore.
Odunze and Allen.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
One
Bears
thing
should take.
also to note for the Jaguars is ETN is questionable. I think he got a concussion, and Evan Ingram hasn't played the past like 4 weeks.
Yeah, with the
So
hamstring.
if ETN and Evan Ingram don't play, sure they have they have
Oh, Bigsby
Bigsby.
just went off.
He went off, but at the same time, like compared to like Brian Thomas also had a really good game last week too.
Mhm.
The Jags overall last week just had a good game. Trevor Lawrence is his 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Caleb with only 5 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. So I mean, Caleb Williams
Yeah.
is
But
definitely
I don't
like
know. It's like the Jags definitely play conservative
yeah, but their
football.
defense is just
So
so
I will say
bad.
this, if the reason why I mean, I can definitely see the Jags winning this football game
Yeah, me too.
because if the if Caleb does not capitalize against going up against that passing defense, I mean, the Jags with Bigsby, they're just gonna run it the
Mhm.
whole time. They're gonna take possession away, you know. And I think, let me see, the Bears. Yeah, their rushing defense ranks 18th, so
Mhm.
it's below average. And Bigsby can run all over them.
Yeah.
So, but I think Caleb will capitalize, especially too. I think the Jags, they've made quite a bit of mistakes,
Mhm.
kind of just like little mistakes, and that's why they really haven't won much football games, honestly.
Yeah.
Kind of sad, but I got Bears.
I
Um,
also got the Bears winning.
so, my prop for this game for underdog
I'm high
is
on DeAndre Swift getting a good amount of yards. I don't know what
Swift.
the thing is, but I would definitely go DeAndre Swift going higher than whatever his rushing yards is.
Because I guess you got to be careful because the Jags do rank 8th in
Mhm.
rushing defense. So what I really like um, is Caleb getting over 1.5 passing touchdowns.
Yeah.
As since Jags passing defense is ranked last, they've actually given up 10 touchdowns through 5 games, which is literally 2 passing touchdowns a game.
Damn.
Um, so I really like that. I really like that prop.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
let me go on sleeper right now. I'm finna do all these real quick. Said Jordan
Sleeper.
Mason
But
over
yeah,
85.
over 85, I will still take it. He's probably going to get 100 yards this game.
Yeah,
They're going to
and
run the
then
football
Caleb Williams for over one and
over 1.5.
yeah. All right, that's 2 entries for me so far. All right,
Yeah.
next game. Packers Cardinals.
So,
I'm gonna enjoy this one.
ooh, Packers Cardinals. Let me
Packers
see.
Cardinals.
Packers Cardinals. All right. Honestly, okay, just looking at all these matchups alone, these are going to be some really good games, especially the really good 1 o'clock games.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, Cardinals Packers. You can flip a coin and go either way, but Green Bay's at home. I'm going Packers.
I'm probably gonna go Packers too. Cardinals just, I mean, they just beat the Niners, but at the same time, like it's a Niners that's heavily not in sync right now. In terms of
Exactly.
the
The
49ers are
Niners
just
are
out of
hurt.
sync, and they got McCaffrey out, and no excuse because you have Jordan Mason, but at the same time, it's just like they don't seem in sync. Especially Brandon
Yeah.
Ayuk and
I will
Debo
say though,
Samuel, like they don't. Them and Brock Purdy can't get anything going. But I definitely do think that the Packers are gonna win this one because Jordan Love's back.
mhm,
Josh Jacobs is a great running
yes.
back, and then Jaden Reed
Yes.
is the number one wide receiver. Plus you have Romeo Dobbs back. It's just
Yeah, just coming from that suspension.
hmm
Although that was more of like a team suspension, so I don't know how
yeah,
much he's gonna get. I would hold off for him, even in like fantasy
yeah.
right now. I mean, we just got to see what percentage of snaps he's gonna get.
Jair Alexander
But
is questionable to play, and Christian Watson. If
Christian,
Jair is
oh, okay,
out, then Marvin Harrison is a good option also.
yes, yeah, that would be really
But
good.
that is if Jair is out because Jair is like one of the top corners in the league.
Mhm,
But
definitely.
what's the Cardinals passing defense?
So the Cardinals, passing defense, they're ranked 18th. They allow
Okay.
213 yards per game. They've also allowed 6 touchdowns, but they've also snagged 4 interceptions. So they have a 6-to-4 ratio. So I think Love, I mean, no matter what, he's a must start in fantasy. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the Packers passing offense, they're ranked 10th. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a pretty good matchup for the Packers offense. But honestly, in terms of the prop, my favorite prop is Josh Jacobs over 70.5 rushing yards. The reason why is the Cardinals' rushing defense ranks 28th, and they've allowed
Mhm.
148 rushing yards a game, as well as 8 touchdowns. So honestly, you can even do
You can do the touchdown, which would give you just more,
you can do the touchdown one
give you
too.
more money anyways, because it's a higher percentage.
Right. It's just the only thing with Josh Jacobs is that he literally just got his first rushing touchdown last week.
Yeah, but at the same
So,
time, like he gets a bunch of carries. Like he's the main guy
oh yeah,
in that backfield. He's gonna get all the carries. Like he has 90 carries on the year so far.
I think I calculated. I think he got like a 75% snap share.
Yeah.
It's between 70 to 80. So he should hit the over on the rushing yards. He's going to be a big factor, honestly. I mean, Love is going to eat.
Love is
Yeah.
gonna eat. Yeah.
I just think the Cardinals defense is just going to be over flustered. The Packers have a really good offense. And the Cardinals offense, they have a good offense too,
It's really
but
on and off
I
though.
just feel like yeah, they're pretty inconsistent. They just need to find more efficiency in their offense. But honestly, even then, Kyler, I mean, he's still, I
Still pretty
mean,
good.
he looks better every game that he plays.
Literally, yeah.
But obviously coming from the ACL tear, he's just trying to improve each game. Obviously, Marva's a
Great
rookie.
receiver. Already, great
Yeah.
receiver already. Same thing with we'll get in I'll get into the Giants later.
Oh yeah, Giants for Sunday night.
We'll get into that one later.
We'll get into that later.
Colts
So.
Titans.
Colts Titans.
I am gonna do a very hot take here. I think the Titans are gonna win.
The Titans.
If Richardson is playing, I think the Titans are gonna win. Richardson, like, sure. If Richardson is playing though, he's having a terrible year so far.
Yes. Besides, he literally popped off week 1 and then disappeared.
And Joe Flacco show after that.
Right. But even then, like with Flacco, they're actually 0-2. I know everyone's hyped about Flacco, but he is 0-2. However, he's been amazing efficiency wise. Honestly, way more efficient than Richardson, at least passing.
No bad thing.
Obviously,
About
Richardson's
the Titans,
more of a rushing quarterback.
the bad thing about the Titans is Will Levis. That's literally the bad thing about that team.
He's still developing, but I will say he's made really bad mistakes.
I mean,
it's just honestly, yeah, it's just Levis.
Also has 6 interceptions. Like,
yeah, and Richardson pretty much hasn't played in 2 games.
Just one thing to note: the Colts do have a lot of injuries. They have Richardson's questionable, Ryan Kelly's questionable, Kenny Moore is questionable, Kwity Paye is questionable, and Jonathan Taylor is questionable.
Like, so yeah, Jonathan Taylor, that's gonna be a big thing. He had a mild ankle sprain.
Big guy.
He actually does have a chance to play this week.
I know he has a chance to play. I know that, but
yeah, but we'll see on that. If not, Trey Sermon will be the guy to get the wheels on.
He did pretty good last week too
for the offense. Yeah, he did pretty good, honestly.
But
so
it's a 50-50 chance on ESPN. 52.5% for the Colts to win.
Yeah, because the biggest thing for me is, I'm not gonna lie, if Joe Flacco does play, believe it or not, the Titans are ranked first in passing defense.
Really?
They're the best. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Surprisingly, they've only allowed 124 passing yards a game and only 3 touchdowns.
Good to know. I'm benching Michael Pittman in fantasy.
Yeah, so
I think I already did.
I don't know. probably because of the matchups. I know they played the Dolphins and all that kind of stuff. So obviously, Flacco's better than Huntley,
Mm.
but
But
I think Colts.
I think Titans will come on top.
I think Titans. Honestly, it's kind of like the same thing. You can do a coin flip,
It's a
either
50-50,
or,
yeah.
because the Titans' defense not that bad.
It's not.
They can stop the Colts' offense, honestly.
Uh-huh.
But
All they have to do is just stop Jonathan Taylor. They'll be okay.
yeah, and that's if he plays.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's just honestly, I feel like the Titans, they're just inconsistent on offense.
Yeah, a lot. I mean,
It's a little bit too much.
Will Levis is making a lot of terrible decisions.
Yeah. But honestly, I do see the talent in Levis. I really hope he turns
He
it
has
around
flashes.
mid-season. Yeah, he has flashes. It's just he has 8 good plays and then the one really bad play.
Yep. All right.
So,
What's your over under for this game?
um, okay. So for underdog, okay, so some of these props, sadly, they only have like a couple up right now. There might be more
Yeah.
tomorrow or throughout the week,
There's not
but
going to be a
as of
lot of
now,
props up because it's only Tuesday. So
yeah. But I will say,
Wednesday now.
because the Titans have the best passing defense, I would most likely go under if Richardson or Flacco plays
Yeah.
for passing yards. You can even do passing touchdowns too, for especially 1.5. You
Yeah.
can go under for passing touchdowns,
For
especially if Richardson plays.
if Richardson plays. What's Indianapolis?
But yeah, even if
Indianapolis. Okay. Oh, they don't even have Oof. Let's see.
who Indy?
They only have Will Levis. All right. Next matchup is Texans and Patriots.
All right. So this one, I mean, it's gonna be Texans.
Obviously, it's gonna be
However,
Texans.
something to note: Drake May is gonna start his make his first start.
He's gonna start. Yeah.
Not his debut. He technically went in
Mhm.
um against the Jets, but he is gonna make his first start in the league. But
We'll see how he
man,
does, especially
it's
up
up against
against
the
one of the
Texans.
top defenses in the fucking league.
Yeah.
The top teams in the league.
Yeah. So the Texans defense ranks. So the Texans passing defense, it's literally ranked third.
Yeah.
And then the rushing defense is ranked 17th.
They pretty
So
much break even.
honestly,
Top 10.
this is kind of a good matchup for the Patriots because
They run the ball.
they've
A lot.
heavily relied on Ramondre Stevenson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Gibson too, but mainly Stevenson.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be Texans,
Texans 100%. I mean, dude,
especially to
if Joe Mixon
the
comes
Pats. Oh yeah, no,
back, if
it's
Joe Mixon comes back, I mean, I think Nico Collins is out because he has a concussion. But
yeah,
you have Tank
he's like
Dell and Stephon
no, it's
Diggs.
I think it's a hamstring for
Is it a
Nico.
hamstring?
Yeah, he's like week to week.
Still though, you have Tank
Yeah.
Dell and Stephon Diggs.
But even exactly like Tank Dell, Stephon Diggs.
And
I mean,
Dalton Schultz. Still.
yeah, Dalton Schultz. And honestly, so the Pats passing defense, they rank 25th,
Ooh.
and the Texans
They're one of the best.
passing offense
Is insane. They're top
The-
because CJ is probably he's top 5 in passing yards. I know that.
Yeah. No, I mean the the Texans have the best passing offense right now. They're ranked first,
Oh yeah, well, these are legit.
and they average 272 yards a game.
Yep.
And
CJ
the
Stroud.
Pats
CJ
passing
Stroud is
defense,
just
yeah, Stroud is amazing.
insane.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Look at it, look, dude, and the freaking Panthers passed on CJ to go to get Bryce.
Yeah, and I think majority of the building wanted C.J. Stroud, and the owner wanted Bryce Young, and yeah, it's
History
that
repeats
that'll
itself.
be maybe in the future what we talk about, but I really do hope that Bryce Young gets a second chance. I know
really hope
people
he does, too.
are hating on him, but I at least hope he gets a second chance somewhere.
Yeah.
He literally went through 3 different offensive schemes
Literally.
in a season and a quarter, and he got benched. I mean, like, how are you gonna play? How are you gonna develop with 3 offensive schemes
Mhm.
in pretty much a year? Like,
Yeah. It's
I don't know.
crazy.
I just hope he gets a second chance, kind of just like Baker Mayfield. Well, we'll see.
Speaking of Baker Mayfield, Buck Saints.
Bucks and the Saints.
You know I'm biased.
Actually, okay. I'm sorry.
You know
But
I'm
first,
biased. What's up?
sorry, but the prop for Texans and Patriots.
Oh shit, yeah.
I got C.J. Stroud going over 241 and a half passing yards.
That's actually exactly what I was looking at for. I think on here
Yeah,
it's over
you got to
241.
smash the over on that one.
Over 241 passing yards.
Yeah.
All right.
But anyways, so Bucks,
Bucks
Saints.
Saints.
This
I
one,
got Bucks because that's my team, obviously.
I'm gonna go Bucks as well. But these teams are neck on neck. Like
Literally.
in terms of stats, they're actually very similar.
Dude, Baker Mayfield, 11 touchdowns, 2
Besides,
picks. That
besides
touchdown.
pretty much one thing, I guess with stats, the Saints, they had an incredible first 2
They
games,
started
and then
the first 2 games.
the past
popping
3 weeks,
off.
yeah, the past 3 weeks, yeah.
Derek Carlin.
Meanwhile, the
sanity run
Bucks,
is over.
yeah. Nah. I mean, I still think, the Saints will still be a good team. I will say that
yeah.
they're gonna give the Bucks their run for its money.
I think Mike Evans is gonna get clapped by Marshawn Lattimore again.
Oh no, it's happening! It's
Yup.
happening.
So you know what that means? It's the Chris Godwin show.
They're about to get a fine for $40K each.
Yep.
Gonna happen.
I will say though, the Buccaneers, like one thing I noticed from watching the Buccaneers so far is the run game is still horrendous. Bucky Irving looks amazing though, I will say.
Yes.
I like Bucky Irving, but Rachaad White is like here and there.
Yes, and especially too, one thing, the Saints, it is not a good matchup for Bucky Irvin or Rachaad White.
Rachaad White, because I know the
they
Saints
rank 7th.
They have a good rushing defense, yeah.
They've only allowed 105 rushing yards in total.
But I know that their secondary is actually still pretty good. Their defense is not bad at all. They have Tyrann Mathieu, Marshawn Lattimore. I mean,
yeah. Although, yeah, their passing defense is ranked 26.
oh,
Believe it or not.
Derek Carr's not playing, right?
Oh shoot, he got injured.
Yeah, Derek Carr's not playing.
Wait, hold on.
Because I saw posts on Instagram that Derek Carr was going to be out for a couple weeks, I think.
Let me see injuries. Damn, left oblique injury. Yeah, to miss multiple games. Yeah. So yeah, that's Bucks.
That's a Bucks.
Yeah.
Because who's the quarterback? Jameis?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie.
Jameis
When I was watching the, no, it's not Jameis.
Jameis.
He's on the Browns.
That's right.
It was. Oh yeah, it was this guy, Jake Haener.
Oh, yep, that's automatic Buccaneers win, bro. Bench
At least I
Rashid Shaheed,
think.
bench
Hold on,
Chris
let me see.
Olave. Don't start any Saints
Yeah, he was
receivers.
the guy that came in.
I mean, you can start Saints receivers, I guess. but they're gonna rely on Kamara, bro. But the thing is with the Bucks is
Yeah,
that their rushing
dang.
defense is still great.
Bro, I got Olave. I can't do
I have Olave too, bro. I can't just fucking do that. Fuck.
Who knows?
Well,
I
just
mean,
put Alvin Kamara getting like receiving yards because that's probably gonna happen.
check down Merchant. I mean, that's kind of like the usual. Kamara pretty much gets like 75% of the
Yeah. The
at least the
thing
completions.
about Bucky Irving, right? He has 44 carries and 247 yards on only 44 carries.
Yeah.
Kamara has double his carries and only 140 yards more, which is crazy.
Volume versus efficiency.
Yeah. And then also you have Rasad White who also took a bunch of like
Yeah,
Rasad White
but
has also probably had more Rasad White probably has more carries.
oh yeah, for sure. Um, but the thing is, White is more of a volume guy. That's why he was
Yeah.
such a fantasy stud last year
Because of
because he got
receiving.
all the volume. But
Yeah.
now
Splitting
I
carries to
faded
Bucky
him in
Irving.
drafts because he was going to split with Bucky, and
And Godwin
it
came back
looks
up
like
in the
probably at the end
fantasy.
of the year. At the end of the year, Bucky will probably be at least a starter, getting the main
The main role, yeah.
pieces. Yeah.
I think they're just gonna
So.
have that dual-headed monster, just Rasad White and
Oh
Bucky
yeah,
Irving.
no. Both of them with fresh legs. It's just, yeah, White's just not that efficient compared to Irving.
Uh, Baker Mayfield is also just doing amazing this year.
Yeah, the passing offense.
It's insane.
I'm actually kind of surprised they're only ranked 16th. Like, I really felt that
I mean,
they were ranked like top 10 at least.
Baker only has
But
1,164. They should definitely be in the top because he has 11 touchdowns and 2 picks. Like the turnover to touchdown
yeah,
ratio is very small.
yeah, 11 touchdowns. Oh, so that's the one really big point here. I mean, obviously Derek Carr is out. It's gonna be Bucks. But the one thing, so the Saints passing defense, they're ranked 26,
Mm-hmm.
but they've only allowed one passing touchdown this entire year
Yeah,
so far, or through the 5 weeks. Meanwhile, the Bucks offense,
their
they've
secondary is pretty
been
bad.
absolutely amazing in the red zone.
Yeah,
11
I know that.
touchdowns.
And
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield probably did all those touchdowns.
Yeah, pretty much.
Baker Mayfield has 11 passing touchdowns.
Yeah. But the thing is, the
But
Saints have
and Mike
only allowed
Evans is the
one.
end zone guy though. He's the red zone guy.
Oh yeah, no.
But
Evans.
if he's on Lattimore, it's gonna go to Chris Godwin. Because I just think
Yeah.
that Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore matchup is just a feud. It's been a feud for years.
It's just historical.
And
Honestly, if I was going to the game, literally, I would just stare at those two
yeah,
the whole
literally.
entire time,
But one of
honestly.
two things happens with that. Either Mike Evans has the game of his life or he has the worst game of his life. Like there's no in between. Like
Right.
either
And
one
which
of them
more
will
so,
do good or bad.
like, Godwin, and especially in fantasy for fantasy managers and all that, he's been magnificent. He's been drafted in the 7th round and all that.
Yeah.
Godwin's been the leading receiver for all the weeks.
Yeah.
But Mike Evans, I mean, he's the red zone guy, which makes sense. And honestly, I
Mhm.
feel like that takes a good load off of Godwin, and that takes a good load off of Evans,
Yeah.
so
All
that
right.
both of them can be fresh.
What's your
But
prop
yeah,
for this?
Bucks. So again, kind of like the same thing with the um, Colts and Titans. There wasn't really a prop yet. It was kind of just like 3 or 4 of them, I
Yeah.
think. But anyways, um, I don't think any of the Bucks running backs are going to do extremely well, at least on the ground. So, if anything, most likely I would pick under um, for rushing yards for either or, but more so I would look at Rashad White
Mhm.
because he needs volume in order to get rushing yards. And with a game like this, it may not happen.
Yeah, I don't think that. I just think that
The only reason is if the Bucks blow them out with their car out.
Yep. We'll see.
Anyways,
Next
all right.
game, Eagles Browns.
Next game, Eagles Browns. All right, I didn't do this one, but
I mean,
literally,
I'm just gonna go based off of shit teams and good teams. I'm gonna go the Eagles. I mean,
yeah, it's Eagles.
I think
It's-
AJ Brown's coming back. I think he's questionable, but
honestly, my favorite prop. You bet on the Eagles winning because
this is gonna be a fucking blowout.
the Browns. I'm sorry, but the world spins and the Browns suck. So
Dallas Goedert has more.
Deshaun Watson sucks, but
Deshaun Watson has, or not Deshaun Watson. Dallas Goedert, a tight end, has the most receiving yards on the team.
Goddard. I mean, yeah, it makes sense because I think AJ Brown, he's been out since like week 2, week 3.
Week 2.
Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith is
yeah,
questionable.
week 2.
Lane Johnson.
But I think
also
he is going to play. I think Smith is going to play.
Smith is going to play. Denzel Ward is questionable.
Either or. Wow.
If Denzel Ward is questionable, dude, kiss him goodbye. Kiss the Browns 40-0.
I mean, the Browns got blown out by Washington.
Washington's good,
honestly,
though. Washington is really good.
They are.
Jay Daniels is single-handedly taking over that franchise like C.J. Stroud took over the Texans.
Yeah. But, even then, it's just the Browns, they're just not good at all.
No, they're
not
not.
even the defense is doing good.
Look,
honestly.
we haven't even heard from Myles
They were
Garrett
the
at
number
all.
one. Yeah.
They
were the number one defense last year.
Yeah.
And I didn't do the props, sadly, but
I did. They don't.
Literally,
Good at all.
they're
I don't
bad.
know what they
might
did, but
I mean, they gave a guy a fully guaranteed contract. That's why you don't do it.
Yep. Especially Deshaun
And
Watson.
now, I mean, it can be in the future, but the 2025 NFL draft class, there's some really good QB prospects. I mean, Quinn Ewers, Shedeur Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm sorry. I'm tired, but there's much more. I think Jackson Dart.
Yeah, it's something like that. I don't know.
Will Howard. Yeah.
All right. Next game.
Anyways.
This is gonna be a good game. Commanders and Ravens.
Yes, sir. Speaking of Jaden Daniels. However,
going up against one of the toughest
it's going to
teams.
be. Yeah. So here's the thing. Do you think this is a favorable matchup or not to Jaden Daniels? So here's the thing. The Ravens passing defense. Guess where they rank?
They're probably smack dab in the middle.
Nope.
No,
they're ranked 31st.
Shit.
Second to last.
Yeah,
However,
that's right.
the
Their
Ravens rushing defense
is amazing.
They are the top.
Yeah.
They're ranked first.
It is
so do you think this is a favorable matchup?
It's a favorable matchup because the thing about Jane Daniels is that he's a dual threat. He's not just someone who runs. The first game when I saw him play, I thought he was going to be like, oh yeah, he's just going to take off whenever he senses a little bit of pressure. And it worked for him the first game. And then it didn't work for him the next game. And it seems like that week he kind of just practiced throwing and scrambling drill and then throwing on the run. And now it's just he's popping off. Now he doesn't just scramble at the first sight of pressure. He actually he scrambles still. And he's very elusive, and he can just evade defenders like Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
I think it's a favorable
Honestly,
matchup
I think a more efficient Lamar Jackson. But
He can throw too. Like Lamar Jackson can throw now, but when Lamar was a rookie, he really couldn't throw that much. Jane
yeah,
Daniels is what Lamar Jackson is now, and he's only a rookie. And Jane Daniels just led a losing team last year, who only how many wins did they get last year? Like 3 or 4.
uh,
They were four. I think they were
yeah,
4-11 or 4-12. They already have 4 wins this year in the first 5 weeks. Like
yeah.
realistically, like this team is really good. And their defense, their rushing defense, I know is really good, but their secondary is still doggy. It's literally, it's literally two. It's gonna be a passing game, 100%. It's gonna be a straight passing game. I mean, once again,
Yeah.
the Ravens have Derrick Henry. Sure, it's Derrick Henry, but up against Washington, whose rushing defense is still pretty good, right? But it's Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry doesn't give a shit about a good rushing defense or not. The thing with the
Yeah, it don't
Commanders
matter.
is that they don't have Derrick Henry. So, I mean, Brian Robinson
Yeah,
is
because
close to Derrick Henry, but he ain't Derrick Henry.
yeah, but also too, I mean, the Ravens have the best rushing defense in the league,
And the
and
Commanders have a top 10, I think. I don't know.
for rushing
For
defense,
rushing defense.
so they're ranked 22nd.
Never mind. Okay, yep.
So Derrick Henry,
Is going to cook.
that's the thing.
What's
The
the,
Ravens can capitalize on the rookie's mistakes.
what's the passing
And
defense
honestly,
for the Ravens?
Ravens passing defense is
Yeah.
31st.
31st. Okay, what about the Commanders' passing defense?
They're ranked 13th actually, and then the
Okay.
rushing defense is ranked 22nd.
Okay, so it's polar opposites pretty much.
Yeah.
Like the Commanders are
So,
gonna
yeah,
pass and the
Derrick
Ravens are
Henry.
gonna run. But that's what the Ravens do in
Yeah,
the first
pretty
place,
much.
anyways. I do think
Because yeah,
the Commanders have inside bodies. Like they have Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne. Like those are like the two guys on the inside, and they wreak havoc, bro. Like they're not going to be able
True,
to run
but-
inside. Like it's going to be straight outside. Maybe they will be able to run inside because the Ravens aren't a bad
Because-
team.
yeah, because I mean that's Henry's specialty. He doesn't really bounce it outside
But he can
much. He just likes to hit the hole and
and run.
go.
Hit the hole and go.
Yeah,
I do
that's
think.
the biggest thing.
I think the Ravens are going to win.
Yeah, I do think Ravens will win.
But it's going to be an offensive shootout, I think, because it's both really good offenses
Oh, yeah.
with defenses
It's
that are
going to be
pretty
really
much
good.
like at the halfway point.
Yes,
I think Derrick Henry leads the league in rushing, right?
I think so.
I think so. As far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned,
but-
he leads the league in rushing behind, I think, and then Josh Jacobs is next.
Let me
I think it's Josh Jacobs.
see stats. So, yeah, Derrick Henry. It's actually second is Jordan Mason. Kinda
Jordan
crazy.
Mason, yeah. Jordan Mason.
Chuba Hubbard's fifth.
Damn.
That's actually crazy.
No, Chuba Hubbard has been doing really good too. I forgot, like he's been
That is
doing
true.
pretty good. He has 393 yards.
Yeah.
J.K. Dobbins has
But yeah,
342
no,
yards. But
Wow.
I think the Ravens are gonna win. It's gonna be a really close game, probably offensive shootout. Next game.
Right.
This. I don't know what you're gonna say about this. I'm gonna let you take over. Chargers Broncos. Both equally as
big
dog shit.
Dick Knicks. What?
Yeah.
Nah, Broncos baby. Broncos baby.
I don't know, bro. Bo Nix is kind of shit.
Bro,
he
did
had
you
a
see him last
Bro,
week?
that's 1 week out of the 5, bro.
Bro, what
he
about
had
the Bucks?
one good game.
I'm sorry. I know you're a Bucks fan. But like, bro, I mean, okay, obviously, I'm not gonna lie. The Broncos defense,
It's
they
amazing.
completely shut down
Dude.
the Bucks offense on that game.
No,
and
they
then
did.
Bo
They
Nix
did.
just played a clean game.
I am not gonna lie to you. The Broncos, they killed the Bucks, but at the same time, like you guys, the Broncos literally have one of the best defenses in the league. Like there's no saying.
Yeah, we
Like-
even honestly, Vance Joseph, my apologies to you. I'm sorry
Dude,
about last year because I went to the Miami game and all that.
Mm,
That was probably the worst game I would I ever had to sit through because I was also on the home side
uh-huh.
because I burn easily and I don't want to get sunburnt. But I think it would have been less painful if I got sunburnt than to stand around with Dolphins fans, honestly.
Yeah.
But
But
anyways,
I do think the
yeah,
Broncos are gonna win. I mean, it's just their defense
I
is
think so too.
insane.
Yeah, they're
The Chargers are so bad.
especially the biggest thing too is just the sacks we've gotten.
Oh yeah, dude, y'all
I
were
mean,
killing the Buccaneers with the sacks, bro. Like y'all killed
I
us
think
with
it
the
was like five
sacks.
plus sacks against
Yes.
against Baker.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers got sacked a bunch of times too, and
And the
then
Chargers have no offensive line. So rest in peace, Justin Herbert, bro.
no, I'll say this: the left tackle, Joe Alt.
He's pretty good.
I don't know. I don't know if he suffered an injury or not, but if he's playing, he's a lockdown left tackle.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Rashawn Slater is questionable. Joey Bosa is questionable. Let me go down to the Chargers for injury reports. Detroit Lions.
Yeah, but all I will say, he's arguably one of the best
The Chargers. Joe
offensive
Alt is
tackles now.
questionable.
Yeah. I thought he got hurt, but yeah, if he plays,
Both of
he's a
both of their
monster.
tackles are questionable.
Man.
Rashawn Slater
Ooh,
and
if
Joe
they're
Alt are
out, oh
questionable.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But rest in
But
peace,
either
Justin
way,
Herbert. Rest in peace, dude. The fact that Justin Herbert, he's only thrown the ball 91 times.
no, they're a very run-heavy offense,
Yeah.
and honestly, on an efficiency standpoint, J.K. Dobbins has been amazing this year.
Mhm. Mhm.
He kind of gets maybe 12 to 14 carries a game, and will have 112 yards.
Everyone's
He
saying
kind
that
of
the
just,
Chargers are
he
gonna
pretty much
win.
just breaks one.
It's ESPN saying the Chargers are gonna win.
That's ESPN.
Yeah.
I think Broncos.
I think the
I will
Broncos
say,
will win
I
just
mean,
because of their defense. It's also in
yeah,
Denver, so
yeah, it's in Denver. Honestly, I really liked how Bo Nix played last
he
week.
looked good
I
last
really
week.
did.
He did look
The
really good.
defense,
Defense
the
always looks good.
defense, man, they did this
Dude,
thing
I had their
last week
defense in
against the Raiders.
fantasy. I had their defense in fantasy, and I like, bro. The Raiders scored a touchdown on the first drive, and I was like, shit. And then the Broncos got a touchdown on defense. I was like, yes, because Pat Surtain's the
Yeah.
goat.
No, PS2 got 2
100,
picks.
a
So
100.
one
I
pick
know
six,
he
and
got
then
the 100-yard pick six.
Riley Moss, baby, he
Riley
also got a pick.
Moss. Y'all got
Bro,
what, 3 picks?
standing out.
You guys got 3 receptions
Yeah.
last week, right? Against the Raiders?
Yeah, it was 3.
And that's when they benched Gardner
Yeah.
Minshew?
I think it was 2, and then Aiden O'Connell came in, and
Aiden
then
O'Connell came
O'Connell
in.
threw it to Riley Moss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Raiders are just
Although
so
I'm not
bad.
gonna lie, I think we got the best throwback unis. Sorry, I might be a delusional fan,
You,
but I think we have the best throwbacks.
Anyways,
Although I will say I do like the Bucks creamsicles too.
the
Those are
Bucks
nice.
creamsicles
But
makes me cream, literally.
I'm not gonna lie, Seahawks also have a really good throwback.
Nah, the
I like them.
neon green, yeah.
No, the
Or are you talking about
Okay, so like the light blue with like the green and the blue patch
yeah.
sleeves.
Those are nice. I thought you were
love
talking
those
about
with
the
the
color
silver.
rush.
Oh no, I think they banned color rush. They need to
did,
bring that
which
back.
is so stupid. Dude, the color rush uniforms were so raw.
Yeah, they were fire. But no, I love the Broncos color rush.
The Bucks
ones.
color rush was sick
Just
too
straight up
because
orange.
it was all red with black numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, no, those are cool.
The Broncos
I don't know why they
one
did-
looks sick too, all orange.
Yeah. Even honestly, yeah, like Seahawks too. I'm not gonna lie,
Seahawks,
they have
neon
underrated
neon
jerseys.
green. Yeah.
I can't believe I'm saying this as a Bronco fan, but
The Seahawks, yeah. All right, speaking of Gardner Minshew,
I already know what you're.
who's
gonna
probably
say.
not gonna play. Steelers and Raiders.
Steelers Raiders. All right, we're on to the 4 o'clock games, baby.
4:05. Well,
So
technically the
yeah,
Chargers and
who
Broncos
is
is at
going?
4:05.
I mean, honestly, I think either way,
Either way, they're gonna lose.
whoever's starting at, yeah, whoever's starting at QB for the
It
Raiders,
doesn't matter. They're both
they're gonna
bad.
lose to the Steelers. Just
Justin
honestly, the Steelers defense is just
Justin Fields with
amazing.
the fucking comeback at quarterback, bro.
Yeah, it's just he does what he needs to do.
I mean, they're winning.
He doesn't do anything crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He runs the ball
They
when he
don't-
needs to. He's fast. He's efficient. He's young.
yeah.
They're
He's
running.
honestly,
They're running the ball well.
he may be one of the cleanest QBs right now.
I think his
You
he
know.
only has one pick right now, right? Yeah, one pick.
Yeah, he's one of the cleanest QBs.
Jalen
far to
Warren
play.
is not playing, so Najee Harris is gonna get the
Yeah.
whole workload. Christian Wilkins
Yeah, Najee.
Christian Wilkins I know is not gonna play.
Okay.
He's not coming back until December 16th, so he's done for the season.
Wow.
So the Raiders just lost their best pass rusher besides Max Crosby.
Yeah. Which I mean, Max Crosby himself,
He's been silent.
even
this year.
then, not really. Last week, even against the Broncos, I think he had like 2 or 3 sacks.
Yeah.
He always plays us well.
But I think the
but-
Steelers are gonna win just because it's just that defense.
Yeah, it's
The
just kind of
Steelers'
like
defense is insane, bro.
they just always find a way to win.
It's
But yeah, the defense
the
is insane.
defense
Whenever
is insane.
Whenever TJ Watt is there, it's pretty much a top 10.
Literally, yeah. Plus, I mean, they don't even need TJ Watt. Like, even when they didn't have TJ Watt, sure, they had their times where they couldn't get pressure, but they still got pressure. Like, last year, when TJ Watt got hurt, it was Alex Highsmith.
Yeah, but
he did
they
pretty good,
did
but-
miss. Yeah, they did miss.
They
his
definitely did
presence
miss
at
TJ
times.
Watt, yeah.
But yeah, I mean the Steelers' run defense, they're ranked 5th, and guess what the Raiders do?
The Raiders
they run the
just-
ball.
They run the ball a lot, and they haven't even been successful.
They're gonna have to pass the ball.
They haven't even been successful in the run. They also don't have Devontae Adams anymore because he's out of there soon.
Yeah, even then he's dealing with a hamstring injury as
Yeah.
well.
I wonder
then
where
as-
Devontae's gonna go. We'll talk about
It
that after
depends
we
because-
talk about that after.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after.
Okay.
But
Lions and Cowboys.
Lions, Cowboys. So, game of the week. Game of the week. This
Literally.
one, it's literally like, in terms of structure, it's polar opposite teams. Lions, very run heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys are very pass heavy. And then the Lions, let me see. Yeah, the Lions have an amazing rushing defense. The Cowboys have a terrible passing or rushing defense. Like,
It's gonna be an offensive
it's
shootout
just-
of opposites.
yeah, it's going to be.
CeeDee Lamb
It's
is probably
literally
gonna
going to
have
be positive and negative.
CeeDee Lamb's probably gonna
How
have
they
a
collide
heyday.
in magnets.
Yeah.
CD Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb is gonna have a really big day, and I think Jameer Gibbs is gonna have over 100 yards. Probably David Montgomery's probably gonna get the end zone touches though, which sucks.
Oh yeah.
They get on the 1 yard line.
for
David
sure.
Montgomery's coming in. It's
Yeah.
sucks for fantasy owners because you get Jameer Gibbs who gets 85 rushing yards.
I
And then they
have
get,
I have Jameer Gibbs. Don't remind me.
literally,
please.
like, bro, Jameer Gibbs
Yeah.
could get an 85-yard run, go down on the 1 yard line, and then they give the ball to David Montgomery, and you're like, suck my balls, Detroit.
No, exactly. And then like I will say Gibbs does sometimes get goal line touches.
But if that's only if
But then if like a timeout is called, then
they put in
like
Montgomery.
Gibbs gets subbed out. Then I'm like, man, Monty's gonna score, and then he scores, and then I'm like,
okay,
man.
okay. What was it? One of the past games that just passed, the Bears game, right? I got so mad. I was watching the Bears game, and DeAndre Swift, he was moving and grooving. He was going down, bro. He got down at like the 3 yard line, right? They gave the ball to DeAndre Swift again. He got down at the 1 inch yard line. They took him out for
yeah,
Roshan
then-
Johnson.
Yeah,
and he
Mm-hmm.
scored a touchdown, and I'm like, kill yourself. I was
Yeah.
so mad. I was so mad
No,
because
the same
DeAndre Swift
thing.
got like 40 rushing yards, and he got down to the 1 inch yard line.
Yeah.
He scored one time too, but they called it back. He got into the end
Oh
zone,
yeah,
and
I
then they
think
called
so.
back for a play, and then he gave him the ball again, and then he got the yards back, and then they put in Johnson, and he scored a 1 yard touchdown. And I looked at the stats, and I was like, I swear to God, if Johnson has 1 carry for 1 yard and 1 touchdown, I'm gonna be so mad. And I look at it, and that's exactly what happened. And I wanted to throw my phone across the room, bro.
You also can't forget the Jerome Ford fantasy managers too. All of us going through it.
All of us.
Because literally Jerome Ford, when the Browns actually do put up a drive, he would get down to the 1, and then they would sub him out for Deontay Foreman.
Deontay Foreman, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're
But
struggling,
anyways.
but at least Gibbs does get
Whoops.
goal line touches. But anyways, so
Anyways. I think
yeah,
the Lions
literally
are
it's
gonna win.
polar opposites.
I think the Lions are gonna win.
Lions. I just think Lions. I think just more on an efficiency basis,
I
they're
mean,
gonna win.
it's not even like they
But
have a
man,
bad, like they have Amon Ra and Jamison Williams. Like they can pass the ball. They can do those short routes. They have Laporta. Like their receivers are good, and they have a dual-headed monster at running back and a good quarterback. Like what does the Cowboys have? They don't have a run game.
they don't.
They
They're
have
actually
Dow.
ranked second to last
Yeah,
in the running game.
they don't
However,
have a run game, but
they're ranked
passing
second
games.
in passing offense. And guess what?
That's
So the Lions passing defense is ranked 27th. So
so.
that's a matchup.
It's just Dak Prescott is just gonna be throwing the ball. It's just whether
Yes.
he can be more efficient than Jameer
Gibbs,
and David
Montgomery, and then a little
Jared
bit of
Goff.
Goff.
And
Yeah.
shit, even count Amon Ra in there, bro. Because Amon Ra is gonna, no matter what corner he's going up against, he always finds a way to get something, bro.
Yeah.
I just feel Amon Ra is like,
Amon-Ra always gets open.
he always gets open. All right,
Yeah.
next game. Falcons
Oh
Panthers.
wait.
Or what's your?
Before. So my prop
Mm-hmm.
for Lions Cowboys. David Montgomery going to get a touchdown.
Montgomery's gonna get a touchdown. He most likely is.
He's going to get a touchdown. I have a feeling the Cowboys rushing defense
Terrible.
ranks 24th. They've also allowed 8 rushing touchdowns
Oof.
through 5 games. Monty's going to score.
Oh, 100%.
Even Gibbs too, honestly, but I think there's a little bit more of a chance that Monty gets in.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So, anyways, Falcons.
Right. Falcons, Panthers.
It's Falcons. I mean,
Falcons. Dude.
Kirk
Cousins.
Chains over 500 yards. Obviously, he's not going to repeat
Nah,
what he did last
shit,
year,
dude.
last week. But
He's not.
I mean,
Still,
yeah,
509
the
yards
Falcons,
on 5 touchdowns. Or was it 4 touchdowns? I don't know.
I think it was 4.
But
either way,
he killed us. He's definitely just solidified himself as a good quarterback again.
yeah.
And plus, like, you have
And
Bijan Robinson. And in terms of fantasy-wise, Bijan isn't doing good, but in terms of efficiency and what he's doing on the team is not bad.
mhm.
Drake London is Drake London.
Yeah, no, Drake London. I think he's finally been freed
I will say,
from his
bro,
misery.
Chuba Hubbard is playing better than Bijan Robinson. Chuba has almost 100 yards more
Crazy.
than Bijan Robinson on 1 more carry.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
So it just Bijan obviously is less efficient than Chuba Hubbard, but Bijan also gets a lot more catches. So
Yeah, they use him for both.
yeah, but Bijan just doesn't get touchdowns. That's the only bad thing. Bijan does not get touchdowns.
Yeah.
Which is the bad.
However,
which is the bad thing for him in fantasy.
I will say
because
this. I think he'll cash in this week. I think
he
that's
will.
going to be my prop. because here's the thing. So the Panthers, they've allowed 9 at least rushing touchdowns.
Hmm. And they have one of the worst
So,
defenses in the league, probably if not the worst.
mhm. Well, yeah,
Li-
one of the worst
Literally
rushing
the
defenses.
past 5 games, they
But
have allowed 47, 23, 22, 34, and 36.
rushing yards
No
or points?
scores, just points in total.
Oh yeah. So I think Bajan cashes in, whether if it's a rushing or a receiving touchdown. I would do an anytime touchdown just to
Yeah,
be safe, but they have allowed 9 rushing touchdowns, the
yeah,
Panthers. So I think Bajan will cash in this week
yeah.
on a favorable matchup.
That's pretty favorable, especially for Bajan right there.
Yep.
Falcons are probably definitely gonna win that one. All right,
Oh yeah,
next
Falcons are
game,
gonna
the
win.
the the Sunday night game, uh, Bengals Giants.
So this one's interesting because
Bengals are 1-4, but
Giants, yeah, because also the Giants are kind of good, maybe.
they're also not good. Like they're good, but they're bad. They're good
Yeah.
because of Malik Neighbors,
But even then, he didn't play last week,
and
and
I mean they
they
still.
managed to win over the Seahawks.
And I mean maybe Danny Dimes is the answer, but like the Bengals are gonna start winning now. Let's be real. The Joe Burrow
Yeah,
dog
Bengals
shit run is
usually have a
over.
slow start.
The
Bro putting on his green goblin mask and coming to work.
Literally, isn't Joe Burrow like every year the first 4 games is just complete shit, and then after that,
Yeah,
like
they usually.
he's not even doing bad. He's 1370 yards with 12 touchdowns and 2 picks. That's not bad,
Hmm.
but
It's just the defense is
the
atrocious,
defense
honestly.
is
So
fucking terrible.
because the Bengals, yeah, the Bengals rushing defense ranks 30th, and the Bengals passing defense ranks 19th.
They're the same.
So
They're the
this is
same thing, bro. They've only been lost by 1 possession or less in
yeah.
all their games that they've played besides the Panthers.
So I got. I mean, man, I don't know because I will say this one thing: the Giants, they run the ball really well because
Mm-hmm.
even so Singletary was out last week,
Yeah.
but Tyrone Tracy, he had 120 yards off of 20 carries against the
Mm-hmm.
Seahawks.
Yeah.
And I think I said earlier like the Seahawks ranked like 26,
Mm-hmm.
but the Bengals, they ranked 30th.
Yeah.
Singletary might come back,
I think
but
it's just gonna be an
I would figure
offensive.
that Singletary
It's gonna be an
and
offensive matchup. There's
yeah.
they're both
So
strong
honestly,
offenses, and Neighbors and Singletary are probably gonna come back.
yeah. Oh yeah,
And
because Neighbors suffered a concussion
then I
on
think
Thursday Night Football, so he
Zach
should
Moss is questionable.
Zach Moss. So yeah, that's another big thing too. So the Bengals,
Dual headed.
um,
Zach Moss and Chase Brown.
yeah, but their running game is ranked 28th,
Yeah,
sadly.
they can't really run the ball too
But their
much.
but their passing game,
Jamar
no
Chase.
surprise, is ranked 5th.
I mean, they have
I mean, yeah,
Jamar
Jamar
Chase,
Chase,
T.
T. Higgins
Higgins.
just went off for 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, Jamar Chase just went off for 12 catches for like 100 and something yards and a touchdown, I think, or was it 2 touchdowns? He dropped like 40
I
something
mean,
fantasy
it's
points.
just
So he
yeah,
did really
Jamar
good.
Chase does Jamar Chase
Jamar
things.
Chase is Jamar Chase.
It's not surprised. I
Graham
just really feel
Gano
like,
just Graham Gano is on IR.
uh,
So they
man,
definitely signed a
bro,
kicker, but it's definitely not
him,
going to be
him
Graham Gano.
and him and the 49ers are in shambles.
Yeah, dude, fucking it's crazy. I would say if it's just going to be an offensive matchup. I think the Bengals are going to win cuz Joe
Yeah,
Burrow finally
but I
got
will
that
say,
he's on his insanity run now.
hmm
But I just think the Bengals are going to come on top, move up to 2-4.
yeah, I think so as well. I mean, I just think the Bengals passing game alone will beat out the Giants.
Mhm.
I will say if the Giants, they could take this game away with the running game against the Bengals.
Yeah.
if they can run the ball efficiently,
Yeah.
Giants can take this game. But I got Bengals.
I also got Bengals.
All right,
All
last
right.
game.
Last but not least, the Bills and the Jets, the Monday night game.
So it's gonna be
I
weird
don't even know how to feel about this one.
because the Jets fired Robert Saleh,
Yep.
defensive-minded coach. So are they gonna keep the same defense? Are they
Or
not?
are they gonna change
Although
it?
usually, the Jets play the Bills really well.
Yeah. That's
So,
true.
and honestly, I don't know what happened last week, but the Bills simply lost just because of their coach.
Mhm. Literally.
Like, you run the ball, go to overtime, you don't pass the ball 3 straight times,
Literally.
and then you punt in your own end zone and let the Texans hit a game winner. It's
Yep.
not how you football. That's entirely on the coaching staff. So,
I
I don't
just
know, maybe
luckily I don't get a week of the Chiefs.
yes. Oh, I'm a homo for Mahomes. Oh, Mahomes.
Yes.
Oh, I'm a homo for what?
I
All
just
right,
think
sorry.
I think the Bills are gonna win. The Jets.
Bills?
I think the Bills are gonna win. The Jets are horrendous.
Yeah, I just think that just offense alone.
Jets are in shambles right now. Aaron Rodgers
Yeah, but
is
I mean, I will say this. I just remember last year the Bills struggled heavily against that Jets defense.
it's
It's
different
just
now.
hard to not. I mean, yeah.
Plus Brees Hall
I
is I
mean,
don't know what happened to Brees Hall, but he's
well, no, believe it or not, so the Jets rushing offense is ranked last.
yeah.
I think it's honestly, I mean, even Garrett Wilson is frustrated. I know it was before the London game against Minnesota,
Mhm.
but he was like, literally, the offense is too predictable.
Literally, yeah.
Welcome to Nathaniel Hackett. Coming from a Broncos fan, he is a terrible coach. He should have been fired instead of Salah, but I'm not gonna get into that. But yeah, the Jets' offense is really weighing them down.
It really
The
is.
defense, honestly, they've done their job. The passing defense ranks second,
Yeah.
but this is the one thing that the rushing defense ranks 14th,
Mhm.
which is not bad. It's
No,
pretty
that's
much
not bad at all.
average, but the Bills' offense, at least the rushing offense, they're also ranked 14th. So it's kind of like, you know,
Yeah.
they pretty much have the same averages.
But Aaron Rodgers is also questionable.
What?
Mhm.
Rogers is
Apparently.
questionable?
I think it was probably because of that ankle injury. Head coach Robert Saleh said
Oh, yeah.
Monday's Rodgers' sprained ankle will be examined further. He's not the head coach anymore.
That's crazy.
Left ankle will be examined further. That's the only thing. So it's his ankle injury. He'll be alright.
All right.
Put some bribe on it.
Yeah.
All right, and then Chiefs,
Yeah.
Rams,
I don't know.
Dolphins, and Vikings are on a bye.
Honestly, I'm gonna say Jets. I
It's
don't know
I mean,
why. I just got a feeling.
it's just a 50-50 game. There's really
Yeah. And my prop for that one, there might be more coming up, but
definitely more. Probably
I do
by
like this
Wednesday.
matchup.
What's up?
Yeah.
What's up with it?
I do like this matchup though. Um, I know you said his name, Brees Hall. I know they haven't been efficient running the ball, but I will say this: the Bills' rushing defense actually ranks 26. They've
Mhm.
allowed 144 rushing yards per game.
Mhm.
So Brees Hall over 51 and a half yards. He gets over 70% snaps.
Yeah.
He's gonna get 52 rushing yards. Especially the Jets, they're probably going to go conservative.
As per
Two.
usual.
Yeah. I think Hall is going to get 52 rushing yards.
I think so too.
There you go.
And that's
week
the
6.
weeks. That is what week is this? Week 6.
Yeah, week 6.
Week numero 6. Wait. Yep.
Hopefully, all my props. Obviously, you know, it's a good indication or a good chance, but
Not
obviously,
not.
I mean,
if you lose, don't get mad at us.
yes. But I will say,
because I'm also gonna be losing money.
Gamble responsibly. You know,
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
put in the amount that you can lose, or honestly, just double it on red. Up to you.
Literally,
But
yeah.